I'm 30 years old. I played CSGO quite a lot around 2014 till 2016, but I mostly just queued. I barely practiced and never reviewed my demos. I blamed bad games on bad luck and bad teammates, and had tilted a lot. I have played a couple of random games here and there after the initial grind, but not much. But I've always loved Counter-Strike. In my youth, I played Warcraft 3 and CS 1.6, and I mean, the rats will always be in my memories. I've wanted to come back, but I've told myself that, you cannot play this game solo, this is horrendous shit show, and you just tilt all the time, which gets you in a bad mood. And, I agree with my past self. I was tilting a lot, calling out every stupid fucking play that my teammates made, or at least steaming inside my head about that. I had an ego problem. I always thought that we lost because of my teammates. Sure, true sometimes, but have I absolutely played perfect CS always, all the time? Well, my highest rank was double AK, so yeah, no, I did not. But, I didn't think I was some perfect gamer either. Like, I wasn't that delusional, okay? But, I didn't think, my mistakes could be, the reason we lost. Like, they were minuscule compared to what my teammates did. But, things are different now. I'm a lot older, I'm wiser, I know myself a lot better. I'm more analytical and not just some emotional wreck ball like I was when I was 18 years old. My life has changed radically from 2014. I've become an adult. I have adult responsibilities. I have moved forward in my life in basically, every aspect. If I look back into those years, my life looked so different. And, not in a good way. I have my shit together nowadays. At least better than I had, 12 years ago. But, I've still been longing for CS. I have feelings of, what if? What if I could have got global elite and become good at the game? Maybe even in the pro scene. Okay. Pro CS is over for me. And, I'm totally fine with it. I never really, dreamt of it because I didn't really train to become better, but yeah. But about the becoming good at the game part, that has been grinding my gears. This sounds, okay, a little bit silly in this context, but, I really don't want to have a regret on my deathbed that I didn't seriously try to become actually good at the game that I truly enjoy. And yes, this is not that serious. This is fucking Counter-Strike. Just video games where you click heads, but yeah, it just emphasizes the point. So yeah, I seriously want to try to become good at the game while it's still possible and see where I'll end up with it. The goal is simple: to answer a question. Can a 30-year-old who never became good at the Counter-Strike finally become the player he always wanted to be? Okay, that's a really broad statement. So, how could we tell that I have actually become good at the game? Well, the most simple way to do this in Counter-Strike is ranking system. I look at some graphs to see what could I consider a good rank, and in CSGO it would be easy. It would be just put the goal in global elite and that's it. But now with the rating system, it's a little bit more challenging. I looked at Leadify's chart of rank distribution and I think 25k would be the best spot to set our target. At least at first, because if we look at CSGO rank distribution, only 0.75% is global elite, so to achieve the same percentage goal, I would need to grind into 27k, but that's not nice even numbers, so let's just stick with the 25k, yeah. The rules are simple and I won't babble about this along. They are: we're playing Premier Mode, only solo queue, no smurfing, no boosting, no anything nonsense. Pretty straightforward, yeah. I went and looked for some stats for the baseline. I took a couple of different aim training tests because I want to have some metrics that I can track beside the actual rating, because that's really swingy stat. A lot of variance in that one, because you can play the best CS of your life, but if you get trolling teammates or cheater or etc. on your game, your rank will decrease even if you play really well personally. But that's just variance. Everything will even out in the end. You just focus on making best decision you can, and everything else will be fall into places. Easier said than done, but So, my baseline stats are these. I logged into Leadify and it gave me some perspective from my previous games that I've played in recent history. The sample is from end of June and beginning of July. There's 22 matches, I think. It shows that my aim is my strongest point, which I agree, and I have a lot of work to do in utility and positioning. Of course, if I seriously want to become a 25k player, I need to improve in every aspect of my game because my aiming is good at 10k rating, but it's not good at 25k rating, okay? And I think a part of my positioning problem is that I've been just going to a different sites than my teammates and trying to get kills and make chaos and just want to like challenge everybody and just try to shoot. So yeah, not a good tactic, but I played for fun and it was fun. Utility on the other hand is understandable. I know like I don't know max 5 smokes in total, and I have no flash setups or anything. I've been just guessing and trying to throw some util into spots that I think would be good, like dust to molly car, smoke cross. But I don't have exact setups in those. I just like eyeball those. Yeah, we'll get into those pretty soon in the series, but because this is big league that I want to fix. Also, my headshot accuracy is bad, and time to damage is bad. Of course, I'm old, so it's bad, but also my aim is bad. But those can be fixed in aim training habits. We'll talk about those later. And speaking of aim training results, here are my baseline for those. What does this tell us? Well, not much. These are just baselines, so we know if we are improving or are we stagnating or something like that. I'm not really sure how I'm going to start tracking my aim improvements, but this is a start, and start is always better than 1,000 hours of thinking. Yes. Especially in this case, I just need to click heads. More heads, click more heads, learn recoil patterns, get better at aiming. It's a just sub skill of CS. Another note for baseline is that I don't have a current rank, nor did I have rank in last season. I have played against around 10k-ish players, like 8k players, 12k players, but it's in the 10k ballpark. Yeah. I also played 2 Premier games this season before starting this challenge. Both were cash, 1 win, 1 loss. So those will affect my placement, but in the long run it doesn't really matter. We need to grind our way up a lot, whatever rank we get. We're not gonna get like 20k rank, I promise you that. Summary of my plan is study, practice, reflect, improve. I want actually improve in the game, not just play endlessly and mindlessly. Yes, you'll get better at that way too, but it's slower and you can just like get better at aiming, but you don't actually like know CS. Yeah. I want to have a structured plan that I follow. I want metrics that will tell me if I'm improving. Of course, no metric will be perfect, but they give me an estimate of how we're doing. First, I want to just focus on getting this project going. After the promotional games, I'll start to fix up my mistakes and learn proper Counter-Strike, which means, in my case, learn utility. Also, I have other responsibilities than CS2 rating in my life. I'm 30, so I cannot put that much time into this project, but it will slow the progress down, but also give me more time to think and reflect on problems that I'll discover. So, yeah, in the beginning, my weekly plan is something like this. Play 5 games. Before a game, quick warm-up, like aim training, some aim rush map, some deathmatch, whatever you wanna. And after the game, a quick summary of how it went. Just a little self-reflect moment, so I don't just play mindlessly. Review 1 game. I have never reviewed a game, so this should be interesting. I need to get used to it, but I think this will help me a ton. I can see my mistakes afterwards, and I can find fixes for those. Aim train 5 times a week. Not so sure yet where to train. Maybe Kovacs. I wasn't really happy with the official CS2 benchmark training, but maybe I'll stitch up some playlist of my own. I also liked aim training CS2 lab workshop map, so maybe I use that. I don't know yet. More important is just that I train. I just train my aim wherever I want to train my aim, because we can polish our training routine afterwards, but yeah. Keep a learning journal. In this, I'll write things that I've learned, my biggest leaks, mistakes, what I think about X, Y, and Z, etc. This will evolve when I get hang of it. I don't know yet like what to actually write in this, but I think this will improve my game a lot and improve my learning a lot, because then I can reflect back like, oh, I think this in back in that, and oh, this is here. Oh, yeah, this smoke here, and blah blah blah. But yeah, like I said before, it's better to start than to think two eternities about the thing. And that's it. Now we have set the starting line for this journey. The only thing to do now is just to follow my plan and see how it goes. Next video will most likely be about my promotional games. Not all of them, I need to play like 20 of them or something, so yeah, a couple of first games. I don't know yet for sure, but I'll divide them somehow. But time tell us. Yeah, enough yapping. Welcome to the Wormhole. I'll see you next time.